People, deluded, I'm back again. Long story short, Aubameyang has signed that deal, blood. 3-year deal, allegedly, what we've heard. You know, on a serious note, people, I'm happy, you know. Arsenal have delayed and delayed in typical Arsenal fashion with announcing this deal. Aubameyang himself has played up to it. We've heard it's going to happen. We've heard Arteta's speech. Today it's been announced, people. I can't lie, I have my headphones in because I'm actually watching Arsenal's live stream as I speak, people. Big up Aubameyang, you know, Arsenal have milked this, you know. Maybe it's because we're not getting our party, but they've milked it. They're live streaming it. You can see Aubameyang talking with Ian Wright. He's spoken with Lacazette, Reece Nelson, Tyrese John Jules, Bukayo Saka and Joe Willock are also in this sort of thing. You know, we've really delayed and delayed with announcing this deal, and to a degree we've been told it's going to happen. Arteta has told us to be relaxed. You know, Aubameyang has said we'll wait and see, and it's a case of when, not if. But you know, for me, it's a weight off my shoulders. It's officially confirmed. You know, apart from today, you know, tomorrow it's irrelevant. With all due respect, that he signed a new deal. I'm happy. I'm buzzing. It's like a new signing because we've confirmed him. But it means we can focus on other things now. It means I'm gonna lock this off, people. Sorry, man. Aubameyang's doing the most, people. I'm going to lock it off because it's putting me off. But yeah, go on Arsenal.com. But for me, like I was saying, yeah, it puts to bed the speculation. For me, I didn't want Arteta to have to keep speaking about his striker, his captain's future. Obviously, you know, the more we go and head to the turn of the year, the more of a dangerous game we're playing. So I'm happy that that's not a thing, you know. There'll always be another story. There's always another player's contract, so we can't control that. But for a player like Aubameyang, he signed a new deal. Now, with all due respect to Aubameyang, you know, certain people might say this is stupid, you know, because he could go and play elsewhere. That's for them. I'm happy we've got him. For me, his signing symbolises that there's a project to believe in, if I didn't believe in that already. You know, there's no guarantees Arteta's going to be a success. There's no guarantees he's going to be here and win leagues and major honours at Aubameyang and then get us back to the top 4. But there's at least somebody to believe in. There's at least a project to believe in. There's at least something to move into. There's a common goal, collective common goal that everybody's buying into and wants to move forward. I don't think we was united under Emery. I do think we are under Arteta. There's going to be tough moments as a football club where we are going to be battered and bruised, but we need to pull together in the right direction. I don't think Aubameyang stays if Emery's there. So it's lovely to see Arteta is pulling everyone in the right direction. He's getting people to sign new contracts. You know, from the moment Arteta walked in, he said we've all got to sing from the same hymn sheet. You know, you've heard about his role over the wages sort of stuff. You hear how he's kind of engineering the spirit and believing they can beat anyone. And that's good. You know, to have your captain who's 31 years of age confirm his deal here, 3 years, is great. Because that tells you there's a project to believe in. So that's telling players around him that, you know, let's just say Tierney, Saka, Martinelli. You know, I've just gone off them names there because they're the first ones that come to my head. Let's just say they were considering leaving. If he's signing a new deal, your captain, and he's older than you, look, there's something to believe in. So it's telling existing players to believe in Arteta and believe in the collective goal. Still a long way to go. Any incoming players, you know, if they had any cold feet in relation to coming to Arsenal, it's fractured, they ain't got no money, they're underperforming, you know, other key players might leave and all of these things, you know, that's kind of giving them an even bigger reason to sign for the club. Now, obviously, you want people to sign or not sign on their own merits, but think about it logically. If you're a decent player and you want to go to Arsenal and you're seeing key players leaving, you know, you're going to get brought in and the landscape is going to change. So see that it's good. And for me, you know, you look at someone like Bukayo Saka, you know, let's cut the crap, you know. I know Arsenal are not where we used to be, but Bukayo Saka found himself in a lovely position at 17, 18 years of age, playing first team football collectively. Let's not cut the crap and act like Arsenal's owing anyone any favours. But at the same time, he could have bust out, you know. For instance, I know Liverpool linked with me, he could have said, yeah, you know what, I want to go play for Klopp and bust out. So we've got young players with their years ahead of them confirming their deals. We've got Aubameyang, who's probably only got 3 years left in his legs, signed a new deal, and I'm happy for it. You know, Aubameyang leads by example. He scores mad goals. You know, he defends well. He rolls up his sleeves and just gets on with the job regardless of where he plays. He seems like a, you know, he's not a captain. He does scream. He does look to me, and I have heard he will open his mouth and tell people you're not doing his job. But he's not the, you know, the typical captain we think of in England where you're bollocking everyone. He will open his mouth where he needed to be, and he's a good figure. You know, he's good with the young players, the Nelsons, and that. He's good with the French boys. He's good with the English ones. He's good with the Brazilians. You know, he sees eye to eye with Arteta. Arteta had reservations about his attitude. In fact, when he signed for Arsenal, people were saying he's got attitude problem and all of these things. And it's funny because You know, not once has his attitude changed, not once has his form dipped, not once has he shrugged his shoulders. Even if he has wanted to leave this club, he's acted with complete integrity, unlike Alexis Sanchez, not that he's relevant to this. So it's lovely to see we're going to get a player in his prime years. I mean, you know, he is probably the best player we've ever signed in the Emirates era. Like, off the top of my head, you know, I'm going with Aubameyang. The numbers don't lie, no order. I mean, you could say Henry because he came back against Leeds. But if we're serious, Aubameyang, in no order, Aubameyang, Alexis Sanchez. I've been saying since I've started my YouTube channel, Santi Cazorla. You know, I believe Mesut Ozil's up there as well for players signed during the Emirates era. And, you know, I can't even think of a fifth. There is a couple of man. For me, I might go with an Arshavin or a Nasri, but I know I'd have to really sit down and deep that one. Might even give it to Sagna because he's a defender and he was consistent and he was very reliable and stuff like that. You know, it was nice to hear before I locked off the live stream that Aubameyang spoke of, I want to be a legend, I want to create a legacy. Obviously a bit of that is PR and what the fans want to hear and what you should say, but he strikes me as that because he could have bust out, he could have went to Barca, whether they want him or not, disregarding their whole thing Barca need to do. He could have went somewhere where he could have won a trophy in a year or two, they might kick him out, but he's got a trophy. So it's nice to see he's comfortable with the project, it's nice to see he's comfortable in England. Obviously the fans loving him and comfortable in his off-field life as well. All of these things play a part, you know. Big up, you know, big up Troops, big up Ian Wright, big up Arsenal who was involved, big up all us fans who were bugging him, big up anyone who's seen him on the streets. You know, we've got there in the end, man. And for me, it's the thing is, you know, you look at Aubameyang and Saka, two different stages of their careers, both committed for the foreseeable future to Arsenal. Don't get it twisted, you know, we can't rest on our laurels. We need to learn from hindsight and from now be scouting who we're going to move for when Aubameyang calls it a day. But you get the point, and it sounds cliche, but it's like a new signing, man. And I mean, it would be. The numbers don't lie, you know. 111 appearances for this club, 72 goals, 15 assists. And you'd back him to get 100 goals reach 100 goals for this club this season. No pressure, man. I'm happy to see he's here. He's stayed because he's one of the best players in the league, and you know we're fortunate to have him there. What more can I say? Aubameyang stays, you know. You know, you've got Willian coming in, you've got Gabriel Saliba, you've confirmed Aubameyang. You bring in 1-2 more players. I'm not saying we're going to do anything serious in the Prem, but we have more of a fight. And that's it. Like I said, there's no guarantees. There's no guarantees this project under Arteta is going to work. There's no guarantees Aubameyang's going to see anything. But what we do need is belief. When you have belief and you believe in something, you work to meet that goal. And, you know, there's got to be light at the end of the tunnel. But you've got to, you know, to get to that light, you've got to be in the trenches. You've got to be in that darkness. Like I said, throughout this season, you know, we're not Liverpool. We're not City. There's going to be times we're winning, times we're battered as a club, times in real adversity. You know, it's easy when everything's going right. And this is why I got faith in Arteta, because he showed me, to a degree, in tough moments, what he's on. There's going to be tough moments. And that's why we all need to collectively believe in this project, you know. I'm not saying praising and critique unnecessarily, but you know, there's something to believe in, and I hope we can add to this, and I hope Aubameyang's decision can be justified with what we do in the market and with what we're doing. You know, I believe in my manager. The gaffer, if you want to call him that. Our skipper believes in him clearly because he signed a new deal for whatever reason. Don't get it twisted, rightly so. He's probably got a very lucrative contract, you know, signing on bonus, goal scoring bonus, and all of these other incentives, as well as a good base level week salary. All of which is deserved for Aubameyang. You know, if you're in a company and you're, you know, the top man and you're making the business and you're drumming up the clients and you're, you know, doing your thing, you deserve as much money in the world, man. So I'm happy to see this. It was a big thing, and we've been doing this for a while. You know, you hear Raul Sanllehi played a large part in that signing. So yeah, there's nothing more to do, man. We've confirmed his signing, and with that we can firmly move to a degree to the 2022 contracts that need to be sorted out. Lackers, I'm pretty sure, Eddie Nketiah off the top of my head, you know, with exception you've got Mustafi, who's got a year to run and probably should be leaving this club. So yeah, man, it's lovely to have our star player finally confirmed and done and sealed, and not have to think about it and whatnot, because we have seen a trend of our best players either leaving for free or leaving for silly money. So it's nice to see Aubameyang stayed. It's nice to see. I don't believe in calling man idols and cult heroes and all of these things, because at the end of the day they're just footballers, and you know, we're human beings. It don't matter about your money and things. You shouldn't be. You can have admiration, but you shouldn't idolize people regardless of what they have. You can admire them, you shouldn't idolize. But you know, if any player's gonna have anything close to a cult sort of cult status or, you know, cult-like following at Arsenal, it's going to be Aubameyang. I say that, you know, Mesut Ozil will probably have something to say about that, and I'm sure his fanboys will as well, which I am of, because I love Mesut Ozil, regardless of he's playing or not. He's a quality baller. But, you know, what more can I say, man? I'm happy this has happened, you know. I'm really happy. We've confirmed Aubameyang's deal. And it's just about making his time worth it, because, again, I don't know what he's been said, and promises are a comfort to a fool, but he must have been really told about the project. I don't mean what I am saying and what you probably know, in that we believe in Arteta, we hear the club's working. He must have, to a degree, been given cold-hearted evidence. We're trying to sign, if not the player specifically, but we're trying to do this in that area, we're trying to do this, these players are going, these players are coming in, because Aubameyang's no idiot, and I'm sure he's not disrespectful. But if the fans, we have doubts over their players, you know, you've all played for teams where you've had players that you don't believe in, subconsciously it starts to play on you, you know. So for whatever specific reason Aubameyang has saw fit to confirm his future, I'm not going to complain, man. I'm happy with it. You know, we've got it done. We've got him and Bukayo Saka's deals done. And in Arsenal fashion, I thought that was going to be something that was going to be running into this season. So I'm gassed, people. I'm happy. What can I say? And you should be too. But the work doesn't stop now. You know, it's a good moment. But now we need to work to making his best years, or the last 2-3 years in his career, really worth it. And that's only going to happen if we be serious as a club, you know. Consistency, you know. We can talk about the macro and the micro. Arsenal's season is going to live or die by the amount of consistency we can show. Consistency in clean sheets, consistency in how you perform against top teams, consistency in how you play away from home, you know, all of these things. Consistency with protecting your goalie. I don't want to see Martinez can't be there, but I don't want to see Leno up there for shots faced, you know. It looks gassed, you know. You got to keep him making bare saves, but there was no correlation between that and clean sheets. So what did that tell you? We're open, and we're, to a degree, excluding Aubameyang, and we all know we're quite toothless going forward. So we need to move forward, you know. Consistency is getting rid of all of these things, you know. All that matters is where you start and where you finish. As I've said throughout this video, there are dips. We are going to lose. We ain't got invincibles anymore. But you get the point, you know. We've got to dust ourselves off. It's just a case of maximising the W's and minimising the L's, you know. Consistency in even how we when we're playing badly, what happens, you know. It's all about the manner of losing as well. I don't like losing. I don't like losing in Sunday League. I definitely don't like Arsenal losing. But it's a reality, you know. We've got to stop these cricket scores, you know. 3-0 away to City, you know. Can you make that a 2-1 if you're not going to win? It hurts me to say that, but this is a reality, you know. Our consistency is what we're going to live by, you know, because the stats from last season are not pretty, you know. And we've got a long way to go as a club. No one single person is going to move this club along. Aubameyang's not going to deliver us single-handedly to Champions League. Neither is Arteta. The fans, the executives, the players, you know, everybody's got to move together, you know. And this is a one step further to sort of doing that. There's still a lot of work to go. There's still a lot to do in terms of ingoings and outgoings. There's still a lot of question marks, and ultimately we don't know how we're going to perform this season. There is a lot of optimism. You know, we've won our first game of the season. We've done well in the Community Shield off the back of the FA Cup. Aubameyang signed a new deal, but we can't let this, if anyone is there, guard and create a false guard of complacency and security, because we've got a lot of effing work to do, you know. Regardless of who comes into this club, we've got a lot of work to do. But we'll see what happens, man. Either way, the man's confirmed his future. Now, I couldn't be happier, man. People, DG, I'm out. They said we was going to lose our captain. They said we was going to lose Saka. Shut it.